last year and the last several years as a group of seniors that are going to graduate tonight take to the floor against one of the better teams they have seen in the last couple years, the Hidden Valley Mustangs, as Hidden Valley going to be dressed in their all-orange uniform, and there's no hard time telling these two teams apart. In fact, they clash as fans from Hidden Valley and all-orange, fans from Tillamook in all red as they come down for state tournament basketball action. The Cheesemaker band playing it up on the near end. Hidden Valley had a fantastic turnout the first game of the tournament. Huge student section. This game, not near as much. They've got about 25 down there.
Boy, that's what happens when you lose that first game.
Especially when you live down by Grants Pass. The ball into the middle. We're going to tip it up and get ready to go. Waiting. And it goes in the air. Tip controlled by Sean Steele. And he'll bring the ball down the floor. It's Guzman, left to right. Good heavy pressure by Dillon out on top. No, that's Gottfried. Left wing to Parker, has it tied up, and the alternating possession goes to the Mustangs.
Well, one trip, one turnover, not a great start for the Cheesemakers, and Parker got in there, got double teamed, put the ball down below his shoulder, and immediately got tied up.
Hidden Valley, when they played Wilsonville, played just as good, in fact, better defense than Wilsonville did. Heavy pressure. With the ball on the right wing, swing around the top is Dillon. Dillon comes near side to Nick, where it's going to be Nick and Jordan Hayter, sons of the head coach. Nick on the near side, on the far side to Godfrey. Back door to Jordan, lays it up and in.
Oh, that is so quick.
Jordan gets his first two, and Hidden Valley leads 2-0. With the ball left side, they extend as Guzman backs out by midcourt, goes clear out on top of the key to Steele. Right wing to Neiman. Andrew, left side, as the Cheesemakers run their offense spread out. Man-to-man defense by Hidden Valley. Ryder goes baseline right to Neiman. Neiman looking, gonna pump fake, not gonna drive, reverses, looks, needs some help out on top. Bounces it to Steele. Steele, he's gonna try to drive, but cut off there and hands to Ryder, who's fouled by Dillon.
Oh, that's pretty ticky.
That's Gottfried.
Pretty ticky-tack foul there. Godfrey just reaches in. Looked like he had a lot of the ball. Tillamook Cheesemakers way away from the basket right now. They have not even looked at the hoop.
Their offense is setting up about 8 feet deeper than they would like to. And that has to do with the defensive pressure of Hidden Valley. Neiman going to go baseline, stops, drops back. Good defense there. Tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, just things don't feel good here early.
2-0, Hidden Valley with a lead. 6:39. I've said all along, Hidden Valley, I think, is the most talented team in the tournament. Tillamook's close, but Hidden Valley has impressed me in their first couple ball games. Left wing Guzman on top to Ryder. Ryder going to try to drive on Godfrey. Down the lane, wrap around pass to the back door, tipped away out of bounds. It'll be Tillamook ball again.
Ryan Ryder needs to go up with that shot. He looked in, tried to dish off, and the backside help for Hidden Valley comes quick.
Cheesemakers underneath. It'll be Neiman. Comes in to Parker. They reverse to Guzman. Left side, high post to Steele. Steele going to try to drive. Jump shot on the way. It's deflected, blocked. Rebound comes down, Hidden Valley. Hidden Valley right down the middle of the floor. Dishes right side, lay in, missed it. Rebound comes out to Ryder, but he loses it on the floor. It's loose, still on the floor. Cheesemakers Ryder calls timeout. I believe he gets it. He does. 30-second timeout, 6:11 left to play first period. 2-0 Hidden Valley. Will be back in 1 minute. Welcome back. Cheesemaker basketball. Guzman, hands right side to Neiman, bringing the ball down. Has it dropped between his legs, picks it up again, needs some help, double dribbled, no call. And now they called it.
It was an extremely late call. I think it was the right call.
And
it was tipped away from him, though, and I'm not sure what you go with that.
Well, if it's tipped away, you get to dribble again, but Andrew took 3 full dribbles before that was ever called. Baseline Crow with the ball, kicks out on top. Godfrey down the lane, lays it up and in.
Oh, that's a quick move by Godfrey.
And Tillamook throws it away on the inbounds pass. Right wing jumper from 18, left it short, got their own rebound. No, Ryder steals it away. Tillamook fortunate there. Down 4-0. Ryder on the right wing, down the lane, stops, going to shoot from 15 and hit.
You're going to need somebody to step up, and that time Ryan Ryder takes it clear to the paint, puts up a nice shot floater.
He's not the one the Cheesemakers have relied on to score, but he took control that time. 4-2, Cheesemakers within 2. With the ball, as North Valley going to try to spread the offense a little bit now as Tillamook moves back in his zone.
This is the first setup offense we've seen from Hidden Valley in the game.
Three-pointer, Gottfried on top is good.
Nobody from Tillamook rotated up. That's 5 points for Gottfried.
7 for Hidden Valley. They lead 7-2. With the ball, far side on top to Steele. Steele, left side to Neiman. He'll try to answer with a 3 and left it short. Rebound comes down. They got a lead break the other way. Brother to brother down the lane. Lays it up. They missed it. Followed by Crow. Miss. Rebound tipped out. Neiman saves it back in to Steele underneath the basket. Nice job. Neiman flipping it over his head and Steele going to get it. 4:30 left to play first period. Ryder, sideline left. Bounce to Guzman. Guzman with Jordan in his face. Guzman going to drive to the baseline, needs some help. Tipped away, picked off by Jordan. Jordan running down the floor. Reverses, stops, and backs it on out. Gottfried, lost pass near side to Nick. Jumper on the way, no good. Parker with the offside rebound. Parker, outlets to Ryder. They're not going to call this one very close tonight. Halfway through this first period of play. Down the lane. Bounce pass right side to Neiman. Andrew looking to drive against Josh. Left side, jumper on the way. Parker, 15, no good. Rebound is foul over the back on Steele. Crow down with the board.
Sean Steele working hard on trying to get position on the inside, and Hidden Valley so athletic. They're just closing everybody from Tillamook out.
Into the ball game will come Jordan Kassler, and also into the ball game will come Sager. Sager and Kassler into the ball game for the Cheesemakers. It's Runkle and Simpson. 7-2, Hidden Valley with a lead. And really has had control of this ball game so far.
Absolutely.
Now moving the point guard is going to be Jordan Hayter. He is the 6'3 junior. Jordan going to drive on top. Crossover with the left hand. Down the lane. Tipped away. Picked off by Runkle. Runkle sideline left. Going to get it across the timeline and hold it up there and set the offense. Guzman 4-3. Good! Guzman gets 3 back. Tillamook's down by only 2. Quick stop and pop by Steven Guzman on the break on the left wing. And the Cheesemakers, with 3:15 left, move back in his own defense. With the ball on top, Jordan again to the right wing. Gives it up, gets it back. On the left wing to Nick, his brother. Nick goes high post to Crow. Pump fake, won't take it. Into the corner, baseline pass. Double team there, stops, kicks it back out on top. Jordan on the way for 3, no good, but the rebound drops straight down to Jimmy Sager, who lays it up and in. Tough break. Runkle going to go baseline all the way in. He missed it. Rebound inside, tipped and controlled by Hidden Valley. Tillamook not getting any second opportunities yet today. With the ball baseline right. Back out on top, it's Jordan. Jordan with a no-look pass inside to Crow. Going to work, throws a shoulder against Steele. Doesn't get the shot to go. Rebound, Runkle coming down. Feeds right side to Guzman. Stop and shoot for 3 again. He's hit on the shot. No call. Looks at the official. Isn't going to get the whistle. Rebound comes down to Jordan. He'll go the other way. 2:21 left to play. First period, 9-5, Hidden Valley. Near side Nick with the ball. Guzman pops it away, but it comes right back to Sager. Sager back out to Nick. Working against Guzman. Between his legs. Going to go baseline. Drives. He falls to the floor. Jump ball.
A great defense that time by Steven Guzman. And I'm not sure there wasn't much contact there. But they both go to the floor. Guzman reaches in, ties them up, and gets Hidden Valley to turn it over.
Hidden Valley didn't like that one.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. 9-5.
But Steven Guzman, toe-to-toe, great moving his feet defense, though.
Runkle going to bring the ball down against Godfrey into the game again. Right wing to Neiman. Andrew around a high screen, back baseline pass, whistle, foul. Finally going to get the call inside as hammered down there. Will Dillon took care of Sean Steele.
Well, Steele had the ball right at the low block. By the time he actually corralled the ball, he was 10 feet outside.
Simpson on the inbound play in the right corner. Going to look to drive, backs it out on top to Ryder. Ryder, sideline, going to drive himself down the lane. Triple team there, pass high post to Steele. Steele going to step through, kicks to the corner. Ryder from 18, good again!
Ryan Ryder has not looked to shoot all season long. He's got 4 in the first quarter.
Godfrey on top. Ryder going to keep the pressure on him. Cheesemakers have to extend defensively. Godfrey on top now against Runkle. Comes near side. They adjust on the zone defense. Pass high post. Down the lane. Check by Steele. Jump ball going to be Hidden Valley.
Oh, that was impressive. And Dillon comes up limping on that. Sean Steele with the left hand just caps Dillon.
Leading the tournament on block shots. Add one more to that. Sean Steele has to be careful. He's got one foul already. Pass on the inbound to the right side to Godfrey. Outside. Free throw extended. Right side with the ball. Waiting and looking. Now they're going to run the offense. Moves it in, backs it out. Looks inside, goes high post to Dillon. Left side, won't shoot the three. Back out on top, Godfrey will. He's hit one, missed this one. Steele down with the rebound, outlet Ryder. Cheesemakers could tie. Down by 2, under a minute left, first period. Baseline, Ryder inside, look around, wrap. Clear out on top to Steele. Steele, pass to Simpson, right side to Neiman. Neiman will shoot for 3. No good. Long rebound comes down, backside whistle over the back. It'll be Steele again, his second one.
And Sean Steele blocked out very nicely on that one and just couldn't help himself going up over the top.
Caleb Oldenkamp going to come in, and this is a game that Caleb's going to struggle a little bit in because of quickness.
Absolutely. This Hidden Valley team, it gets up and down the floor, and once they're on the offensive set, they move very quickly.
Quicker than any team we've seen this year. With the ball, Godfrey going to bring it down, under a minute left, 40 seconds left, with a 9-7 Hidden Valley lead. With the ball on top, Sager. Sager looks near side, Cheesemakers in their man. They go baseline right. Turn around, tipped out of bounds.
Off of Simpson, out of bounds. Simpson, nice defense that time.
It'll be Hidden Valley ball as Simpson looked like he was outmatched underneath by Dillon. Looks and looks, lobs it in. Nobody there. Going to be a steal. Cheesemakers have a 2-on-1 break going the other way. Ryder, left side to Neiman, to the hole, lays it up and scores. We're tied at 9.
Andrew Neiman gets his first 2 of the ball game.
Quickly, other end, lays it up and in by Nick for 2.
He's got to get back against this Hidden Valley team. Cheesemakers beat back badly.
Runkle goes to the baseline, looks inside, going to wrap it up, hits the bottom of the glass, rebound comes out, 7 seconds left, going to push the ball down the sideline left. Stop, crossover, wrap around, jumper 2, good. And that's the end of the first period of play. 13-9 Hidden Valley after 1. We'll be back in 1 minute. Championship is brought to you by the U.S. Bank, where they offer the check card that pays you back. Sign up for Checking the Pays and get cash back every time you use your U.S. Bank check card. Stop by your local U.S. branch bank today. Cheesemakers trail 13-9 after 2 late first period buckets by Hidden Valley. Cheesemakers down by 4.
Well, we just saw how quick Hidden Valley gets back after a missed shot. And look out, Cheesemakers need to get back.
Ryan Ryder, top of the key, left side to Guzman. Guzman, ball extended there. Heavy pressure, needs some help. Comes out to Neiman. The whistle foul is going to be on the push on Nick Hader.
And there's not going to be a lot of fouls called. The first quarter, neither team made it to the free throw line. Tillamook shooting 4 of 11, 36%, 6 of 15 from the field for Hidden Valley, 40%. So they're both playing about the same kind of ball game here. Tillamook just needs to play heads up.
Cheesemakers with the ball in the inbounds. Ryder goes to the baseline, working against Godfrey. At the free throw line, stops and backs out to Neiman. Andrew with the ball on the right wing, goes cross court to Oldenkamp, in for Steele with 2 fouls. Oldenkamp right side to Guzman, steps back, 18-footer, tough shot, not going to go. Rebound comes down to Crow. Great job screening off the board. Lead pass, far side, into the corner, and out of bounds. No, foul, Cheesemakers.
Now Ryan Ryder picks up the foul, went high in the air trying to tip away the long down court pass, just couldn't quite get his fingertip on it, and ran into the Hidden Valley player.
Jordan Hader caught it behind him, and Ryan says, hey, sorry, because he kind of undercut him, going out of bounds. Jordan looking to get position. Lob pass inside. Crow gets it down low. Double clutch. Throws it up. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound. Tipped out of bounds off Hidden Valley. And it is just a battle in the paint area today.
Absolutely. And you're going to have to expect that the rest of this game, because as we go down, this is really the type of game that you expect to see called tied up on top, but they let it go underneath.
Screen out on top. Gets Ryder free. Comes around on top again. Godfrey riding him, and Ryder calls timeout. This will be a 30-second. We'll keep this one right here. The defensive pressure, Cheesemakers need an answer for that outside defensive pressure. For all your OSAA state championship information, log on to www.osaa.org. Once you're there, You'll find state championship information, updated brackets, historical records, plus ticket and souvenir information. That's www.osaa.org. 13-9, Cheesemakers with the 4-point deficit right now with 7:07 left to play in the first half.
Well, the leading scorer for the Cheesemakers, Ryan Ryder. That's not what you expect to hear out of my mouth, but Ryan really took control on a couple of plays in that first quarter and put up some good-looking shots. We'll see if he doesn't continue that type of aggressive play.
Evan Parker on the far side will bring it in. Godfrey has matched Ryder step for step quickness, and there haven't been a lot of people that have done that this year. And across the board, Hidden Valley quick. Baseline, nice shot by Andrew Neiman. Gets 2. Gets Tillamook back to within 2. 13-11, Hidden Valley. They'll bring the ball down. Tillamook will move to the zone defense this time. Caleb Oldenkamp in the middle. They hold the ball out and wait till everybody sets. Godfrey takes a slow, lazy step. Now he's going to drive. Down the lane, bounce pass to the baseline, cut off, shot, scores, and he's fouled.
Well, Crow, that's his first bucket of the game. He's had some great looks inside, just hadn't been able to get any of them to fall. That one he does, and he's fouled.
Evan Parker got a pretty good foul on him, and Crow gets a bucket to fall, and he can complete the three-point play now that he goes to the line.
It's been a game of streaks so far, and Hidden Valley's had a few more than the Cheesemakers.
Hidden Valley has 3 starters that are seniors, but boy, they bring a lot of players off the bench that are not seniors. Free throw is good by Crow. He's one of the non-seniors. And it's 16-11 as the Cheesemakers find themselves down. Just underway here in the second period. Out on top, Ryder reverses inside to Parker, can't control. It was behind him, out of bounds. Tillamook turns it over.
That's one of those passes that you're going to have to corral because Ryder's getting double-teamed as soon as he comes around and tries to flip the ball back, and Evan Parker should be wide open.
Cheesemakers in the man defense this trip down. Near side, it's Sager. Sager, pass inside to Crow. Crow powers it up but missed it. Good defense that time by Evan Parker. Lead pass right wing to Neiman. Neiman gonna stutter drive. Inside he goes. Wrap around. Guzman, 17. Good!
Steven Guzman, he's 2 for 4 in the game tonight. He's got 5 in the game.
Godfrey, pump fake for 3. Won't take it. Hands back to Crow. They set up the offense. Cheesemakers move back to the zone again after the made basket. 3-point Hidden Valley lead. 5:48 left to play first half. Bounce pass baseline. Open there. Clear out back out on top to Godfrey. Lob pass underneath. Tipped away, but it goes right to Crow. He wraps it around, throws it up and in by Sager.
Sager is 3 for 3 in this game tonight. He's got 6.
18-13. Hidden Valley with a 5-point lead again. Pass on the left. Inside, Oldenkamp. He's fouled there by Sager.
Pushed down from behind. Sager picks up his first personal foul. And good ball move at that time by the Cheesemakers. They see the double team coming. They flip it to the wing on the outside. And then that would left a wide open Oldenkamp who got it and was bumped hard from behind.
Runkle will come back in as Ryder will sit down.
Some good minutes from Ryan Ryder in that first minute and a half in that second quarter.
Parker with the ball in the far corner. Going to look to bring it out. Now he's going to look to drive. Step through all the way to the hole. Has it hacked away, but it goes to Oldenkamp. To Runkle, 4-3. Long, no good. Parker with the first offensive rebound. Powers it up. He missed it. Rebound comes down to Sager. Tillamook had a good look. Just couldn't get it to go. Finally had a second opportunity. Their first of the game. On the ball, or with the ball, Dillon on the right side. Out on top. Hands to Nick. Nick with the ball, going to drive with the left hand. Stops, travels through. Foul going to be Runkle.
And Runkle was hipping him pretty hard that entire trip down the floor.
That'll be the 5th team foul on the Cheesemakers, 4 against Hidden Valley. 4:50 left to play first half, 18-13 Cheesemakers. Not by lack of action. With the ball open on the backside, jumps it up and in. Jordan Hayter gets 2. The Cheesemakers got picked off on a man-to-man screen, man-to-man defense on the inbound play underneath the basket. Net left side, Guzman, tough shot, no good. Rebound, Dillon on the backside. Largest lead of the game is 20-13, and Hidden Valley has the ball. Down the floor they come. Sean Steele probably going to have to come back into the game here in the first half with his 2 fouls. On top right side, it is Nick. Nick looking cutter inside. Waits, now drive. Dillon stops and backs it on out. Near side, throws it away. Cheesemakers get it back on the turnover.
That's just the first turnover for Hidden Valley in the second quarter. And you're right, at some point you have to come back with Sean Steele and take your chances, roll the dice, because you can't let this one get away from you. Shot selection for the Tillamook Cheesemakers. That last trip down wasn't the best it could have been.
Nope, not real good. With the ball, near side Runkle. Runkle a little bit longer, so doesn't have as much trouble against Godfrey. Off to Oldenkamp, cross court to Neiman, 4-3. No, going to miss this one, bad to the right. Rebound comes down to Sager. Sager outlet, Godfrey, no look pass right side, picked off by Evan Parker. Parker with the steal, needs some help, gets it from Runkle. Down by 7, 3:48 left to play in the half. Right side Neiman. Cheesemakers need somebody to step up and start hitting some shots. Baseline Runkle, 17-footer. It's no good. Rebound kept alive by Parker over the back foul.
And Runkle is stone cold in the ball game tonight. He's 0 for 4 to start the game. And Andrew Neiman hit his 2 inside shots, 2 for 2, but has missed his 3 3-pointers badly.
3:36 left to play. A lot of times, third day of the tournament, it's tough to shoot from the outside. Tillamook had the day off yesterday, though, so you wouldn't expect the legs to be wobbling, especially this early.
Yet.
3:32 left to play in the first half. 2013. Hidden Valley with the ball. Godfrey makes a move down the lane, scoops to the hoop, hands to Sager, lays it up and in.
That's just way too easy. Sager's getting some good, easy looks. 4 for 4, 8 points in the game.
22-13. Cheesemakers on the bottom end of this one, down by 9. Left wing, Runkle has it ripped away. Now he's going to drive inside, finally gets a whistle to blow.
And that could have easily been double dribble there, too, because it was tipped away, came back up.
It's going to be on Godfrey. That's going to be number 2 on Godfrey. We'll see if they leave him in the game. He makes a big impact on this team.
Absolutely.
And they will. Nope, now they're going to get him up.
Well, with 3:09 to play, at some point the Cheesemakers need to roll the dice with Sean Steele, because you're down 9 now. You can't go down double digits to go into the locker room.
Parker with the ball, back to Runkle at midcourt. Hands to Guzman on the left wing. Cutter, there's Neiman open from 15. The fade is good.
Andrew Neiman, that inside shot, or at least a 15-foot jump shot's fallen for him.
Quickly down the floor, lays it up and in at the other end. Cheesemakers trying to find their spot, and sliding in right behind him was Kassler for 2. 24-15. Evan Parker, he'll go down the lane, drives, blocking foul, he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, that's a good call by the official. Hidden Valley all sliding down inside. The Hidden Valley fans wanted an offensive foul, but they were still sliding.
I got to tell you, this is a good team. This is a very, very good basketball team.
They are so quick, and they're just like our girls running the floor.
Yep. Down
the floor, long three-quarter court passes. They're not afraid to pass them.
Not many teams have outrun the Cheesemakers this year, and right now they're getting outrun. Evan Parker's free throw is short. 2:42 left to play in the half. 24-15.
Cheesemakers just somewhat standing with their heads down right now. They've come up against a racehorse.
Second free throw by Parker is no good as well. Tillamook gets 0 for that trip down the floor. That's been a nemesis for him in this tournament.
Absolutely.
24-15. North Valley, or Hidden Valley with the ball. Looking Cutters. Tillamook's in their man defense. Nick going to go down the lane, stop, step through, checked inside by Oldenkamp, and then ripped loose, and it's going to be a foul on Crow.
Crow's going to stand back and say, how in the world do I get blasted like that when I take the ball to the hoop, and then you call a foul on me with that?
You know, Caleb Oldenkamp has watched most of this season from the bench. These are big-time important minutes for him.
Boy, you are not kidding.
That's what you work all year for.
And you knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
At some point, and Caleb had to be sitting there on the bench going, it's just not going to happen. It happened here in the first half.
Last game of the season, all of a sudden, Caleb Oldenkamp thrust into a critical spot, and he stepped up nicely so far. Now he walks to the line as the 7th team foul. He'll shoot 1-on-1. Free throw on the way is good. Oldenkamp gets the front end of the 1-on-1.
First point of the ball game.
Guzman goes out, Ryder back in. 2:25 left to play in the first half. 24-16, Hidden Valley.
I don't know what Alex is going. Maybe if we stay within 10, we'll leave Sean on the bench.
Second free throw's good. Caleb has done a nice job here, especially considering the quickness of Hidden Valley. Down the floor comes Jordan. on the right wing with the ball. Backs out to the near side against Runkle in the 2-3 zone. With the ball, swinging left to right is Kassler. Kassler and Jordan playing catch. Kassler almost travels. Back out left to Jordan. Jordan looking. Now he's going to try to drive, but cut off there by Runkle. 2 minutes left to play in the half. 24-17, Hidden Valley. Left side, Nick with the ball. Back to Jordan, the senior to the junior. Brothers playing catch. High post Crow. Left side open for three. No good. Rebound offside goes to Kassler, but it's ripped loose by Ryder. Ryder shakes his head, looks down the floor, left to Parker. Parker going to try to get a screen, double teams, hands out to Runkle. Runkle going to drive inside, hands for Oldenkamp, can't come up with it. Rebound comes out to Kassler. Kassler left side, had a man open underneath, missed him, rebound. Shot on the way, whistle, foul going to be on Ryder, I believe. On the shot is Nick Hayter. Will go to the line to shoot two.
And that's the second personal foul on Ryan Ryder. Tillamook just not quite getting back in time. That time, Oldenkamp just trailing a little bit and kept Hidden Valley from getting an easy look.
To the line will go Nick Hayter. Free throw on the way is good. Two very good basketball players. Coach's sons here, the junior and the senior. The senior at the line right now, averaging 14 points a game. And the second free throw's good as well. 26-17, Cheesemakers trail by 9 again. Equals the largest lead of the ball game for Hidden Valley. Left side Oldenkamp, high post, looks, cutter right side Parker. Parker going to try to drive, steps through, has it ripped loose, tip far side, Ryder comes up with it. Right side to Neiman. He'll step inside. Distance baseline. Oldenkamp lays it up. Missed it. Runkle with the rebound. Puts it up. Scores. And he is fouled.
Oh, man.
I say Oldenkamp missed it. He was tomahawked on the backside. Didn't get it to go. But Runkle was there to clean up the pieces.
And that's the first bucket that Oldenkamp's gotten in the ball game. I mean, Runkle.
And Simpson will come in as Evan Parker will check out with 1:08 left to play in the first half. Parker with 2 fouls. You know, I've got to wonder if Sean Steele, if we're not missing a foul on him and he has 3, I cannot imagine he sat out this entire first half with 2 fouls.
I can't either, but and it may be that we've missed one. 3 points for Zach Runkle.
Runkle completes the 3-point play, gets Tillamook back to within 6, 26-20. Hidden Valley may pull for the final shot. Cheesemakers extend their 2-3 zone. Holding the ball out by midcourt is Jordan. Jordan Hayter with the ball. Under a minute left to play, and Tillamook may be happy to just let this run out at a 6-point game.
Well, foul trouble. If Sean Steele does have 3, they're happy to go in down just by 3.
Jordan going to look to move, now backs up. Runkle comes out and extends, hands right side. Gets it back. Jordan with the ball, looking at Nick at the high post. And the Cheesemakers, I think, are going to match up man. Jordan with 20 seconds left by midcourt. Starts the count, and they're going to run their offense. Jordan calls out play number 1. Runkle going to play on him. Coming out on top, step through, breaks open, baseline, 10-footer on the way is good. Just way too easy there as the Cheesemakers got tied up. Runkle from midcourt will stop and shoot, and it's no good, and that's the end of the first half of play. Hidden Valley outplays the Cheesemakers in a half. It's 28-20 after one of us as we start the second half of play. As Dylan will hold the ball.
I could slow him down a little bit. I could just pants him right here next to me.
Hold those shorts hard. Nope, he gets away. Parker tips it away, but it goes back to Godfrey. Godfrey on top, going to drive all the way down, kicks it out left wing. 18-footer on the way. No good, but Dylan with a rebound inside. Rejected by Steele, but lost by Ryder. He chased it down all the way across midcourt. Could have been over and back, no call. Ryder gets the ball on the baseline. Stops, needs some help, goes free throw line, picked up by Dylan. Breakaway to the other end, stopped there by Guzman. And
no, that's going to be Andrew Neiman. Just slapped him on the arm, kept him from going up with a shot. Good foul by Andrew Neiman.
Guzman and Neiman both got back. Neiman actually got a good piece. And to the line will go Dylan. Cheesemakers
have a couple of good opportunities to start the second half and just cannot. A nice block shot by Steele.
Ball popped loose. Ryder picked it up and then kicked it all the way to midcourt, ran down, picked it up there, and then dished it off to Neiman, who just jumped across from midcourt and hadn't actually established himself in forecourt. And so there's a lot of things going wrong on that. Ultimately, it ended up with Dylan at the hoop, and Neiman with a foul, but he missed his first free throw. Second free throw on the way is good. Gets 1 out of 2, and it's a 9-point lead again. 29-20, Hidden Valley. Sideline right, Ryder going to run down the floor. Hands off to Steele. Steps inside, dishes baseline Parker. Parker has it rejected by Crow. Down the floor they come. Hidden Valley get back on D. Godfrey, wrap around left side. Wide open three. Left it short, but cleaning up the rebound was Crow. Didn't get it on the follow, but Dylan does. 3 opportunities that trip down the floor. 31-20, Hidden Valley. Ryder on top. Right wing to Neiman. Andrew with the ball. Crossover, free throw line. Stutter fake. Drive, baseline, cut off inside. Parker scores over the top of Crow.
First points of the ball game for Evan Parker.
Godfrey down the lane, right side, cut off there by Ryder. Good job getting back by Ryan. Godfrey will move to the right wing. Stops and goes baseline to Crow. Double team. Nope. It's Steele on him alone now. Backdoor pass, loose on the floor, kicked out of bounds, Cheesemaker ball.
Well, they get the turnover out of Hidden Valley. Now let's see if they can respond off the other end. They're still down just 9.
30,
they can't go down by 10.
31-22. 6.5 left to play. With the ball sideline right, Ryder's going to drive to the free throw line. Tough shot on the way. No good. Got his own rebound. He's going to try to force it back out, and he's tied up. Godfrey reached in and tied him up. Nice job by Ryan following his shot and getting the rebound.
And the official talking with Ryan, he just shakes his head all the way around.
Ball tipped. Cheesemakers Guzman did a nice job just to tip it off to Parker. That was almost a steal by Jordan. With the ball, Ryder, right wing to Neiman. Neiman waits, going to get a high screen. Down the lane, scoop to the hoop, fouled, and he scores!
Oh, nice, nifty little jump through by Andrew Neiman. Anything inside, Andrew Neiman's got to go. He's got 8 in the game.
He gets Tillamook back to within 7. 31-24, 6 minutes left to play.
And that foul, I think, was on Godfrey.
And Godfrey's going to get whistled the foul. They're going to try to change that now. That's his 3rd personal foul, and the official says yes.
And he can't, yeah.
And Godfrey's going to sit down. Now the official scores table is going to say, who is that on? And they're going to say it's Godfrey with the push. That's 3 on Godfrey. He sits down.
And I don't think he was in that
I don't
play.
know. There were 3 orange jerseys around Andrew Neiman. He slipped through them all. Free throw is no good.
Man.
Tipped in backcourt. Sean Steele hard to the floor, but it comes back out to North Valley.
And
good hustle by Sean Steele.
Band-Aid came half off on that one on his chin.
Boy, that was a slap there. Jordan with the ball inside. Schaefer missed a shot, but the follow by Nick is good for 2. Down the floor, Nick Hader got 2 on the offensive rebound. Cheesemaker's given up way too many. Neiman, right wing, doesn't get it to go. Rebound backside goes Crow. Outlet to Jordan. Jordan to the top of the key. Crossover, the junior. Spin move down the lane. Powers it up. Scoops. He's fouled. Oh, that was a weak foul there.
Yes, it was.
On Sean Steele.
Way out of control, Jordan Hader.
Steele is going to pick up foul number 3.
Sean Steele, his 3rd personal.
And he, I believe, will stay in the ball game here in this half. 5:28 left to play in the 3rd. Maybe that's why you sit Sean out so much of the 2nd period, because this is a game that fouls could be called, and I think he's going to come out again as Caleb Oldenkamp gets ready to come in. With the free throw, Jordan Hader gets it to fall, and Sean Steele going to have to sit down again in foul trouble. He hasn't been in foul trouble a lot this year.
No, he hasn't, but tonight it is just heading his direction.
Second free throw is good as well. And it's an 11-point lead again. Second time of the ball game, 35-24. With the ball down the floor, Ryder, jumper on the way, no good. Rebound comes down. Cheesemaker's a little bit desperation there. With the ball, Nick calls out the play on top. No, that's Jordan. Looking for his brother, Nick, on the left wing. To the right side to Crow. Crow goes to the baseline. Back to Jordan. Jordan with Neiman on him. Neiman steps out. Jordan backs up. Under 5 minutes left in the 3rd. 35-24. Very patient and controlled offense. Crow going to look inside. Backs it on out. Jordan gets the ball going down the lane, takes it to the hole, missed it, but the offensive board laid up. It's no good. Crow on the offensive board again, laid it up, no good again. Third tip, fourth tip, no good. Ball kicked out of bounds by Hidden Valley.
Should be Tillamook ball. Looked like it was kicked.
And it is Tillamook ball.
That's a good call.
4 opportunities that trip down by Hidden Valley.
That makes you a little nervous of what's going to happen next time down.
35-24, Cheesemakers with the ball, and down 11. Neiman around to high screen, going to spin down the lane. Tough shot, hits it, a prayer, almost a jump hook. Got it to go down. Sideline right, Ryder tips it out of bounds on the run.
Andrew Neiman, the first Cheesemaker to hit double digits, leading scorer for them, 10 points in the ball game.
Neiman trying to take things over a little bit offensively. He can do that. He's going to have a big takeover in order to pull this game back out. Down by 9, 4:15 left. It's only the third. Still a lot of time remaining.
Well, you just cannot continue to just match right now. You actually got to make a little headway before you get into the fourth quarter.
You can't give up second opportunities or third or fourth like the last trip down either. With the ball on top, right wing. Godfrey back into the ball game. Godfrey waits. Going to move in, now back out. Runkle's going to be guarding him in the man-to-man defense. Off to Dillon on the left side. Looking cutter. Evan Parker won't go out to him. They go back to Godfrey. Inside, step through. A little reach there. Hands off to Nick. Nick covered by Guzman on top. 35-26. Nick to the right wing. Baseline pass. Diving to the floor is Parker, and he ties it up.
Yeah,
nice hustle by Evan Parker.
That really was. He came around, lost his footing a little bit, went right to the floor, and got his hand on the ball.
Hidden Valley will take the ball out underneath their own basket in front of their own student section. Jordan comes back into the ball game. That's Jordan Hayter. Jordan comes in for Jordan Kassler. Cheesemakers on defense, man-to-man underneath. There's that inbound play again. Laid it up. He missed this one. Got his own rebound. Laid it up again. Missed it again. Got the rebound again and ripped it loose. They're going to call jump ball.
Oh,
that was weak.
That was. Oldenkamp had the ball inside, was double-teamed there, and they just didn't give him any space at all. And the first one was checked a little bit by Oldenkamp.
Cheesemakers get the ball back on the alternating possession. The crowd you hear is Hidden Valley only because we're sitting right in front of them. Cheesemaker fans just as big on the far side. Inside, backdoor pass, baseline Parker, jumper no good. Runkle with a rebound inside, waist, lays it up. He missed it, got intimidated. Rebound tipped out. Neiman comes down with it. Andrew Neiman in the corner, goes to Runkle. Runkle wrap around, it's tipped, it hits off the rim, and Godfrey comes down with it. 35-26, 3:10 left to play in the third. Dillon, big push off with the left hand. Out on top, picked off by Runkle. Runkle on the break, one-on-one. To the lane, lays it up and in.
He's not going to miss 2 of those in a row. That's
and they
5
throw
in the
the
game.
ball near side. We almost catch it, but it's turned over. Cheesemaker's going to get it back.
9th turnover for Hidden Valley. Cheesemakers can close that gap a little bit here. Now they can get it within 4 or 5.
35-28. Cheesemakers down by 7. Neiman going to bring the ball in. Looking, waiting. Oh, had Runkle, goes out on top to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp going to step through. He's fouled on the arm by Crow. Nice job by Caleb Oldenkamp, forcing the ball inside a little bit there, made Crow reach. That'll be the first foul on Hidden Valley, second foul on Hidden Valley this half. That's his 3rd personal.
Well, that changes things a little bit for Cheesemakers, too.
Parker, right wing to Guzman. Guzman going to pull for 3. Good! Guzman for 3, and the Cheesemakers within 4.
Ah, man, they're just coming right back into the game.
Didn't look like a shot Tillamook wanted there. He had pressure in his face, and Hidden Valley wants timeout. 35-31, Tillamook down by 4, 2:38 left. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep this one right here.
Now listen to who the crowd is cheering for. The Cheesemakers all stand to their feet.
Your Les Schwab Tire Centers are proud to be a title sponsor of the OSAA. Les Schwab Tires, over 360 stores with a one-store promise. If you can't guarantee it, they won't sell it. And that's our final 10-second drop-in ad after 6 games worth. So it's good to rip that up and throw it away and have it be done. That's
a relief.
Yes, it is. It's like a task you have to do. And that's all part of the sponsorship of the OSAA. This is an OSAA event. They didn't used to let us broadcast, not us, it was nothing personal. They used to do it just with a tournament broadcaster. In 1996, they changed that, and we are so thankful because we have enjoyed our time, whether it's been Mac Court or the Tile Center or Gill Coliseum. Every year, it's been a great deal of fun.
It's a treat.
Hidden Valley brings the ball in. 2:37 left to play in the third period. 35-31. Cheesemakers trail by 4. Sideline left with the ball is Nick. Nick goes to the baseline, tipped away, out of bounds. No, it's off. Hidden Valley, Cheesemaker ball.
Turnover number 10 for Hidden Valley. And remember, this is all with Sean Steele sitting on the bench over there. Oldenkamp giving some great minutes.
Zach Runkle with the ball across the timeline. Kicks it back to Neiman. Right wing to Runkle again. Against Godfrey, going to drive inside, step through, no call. Oldenkamp can't hold the ball on the rebound on the backside. And down with the ball comes Hidden Valley.
Runkle a little out of control when he went through that time.
He thought he was going to get the foul. I might agree with it. Didn't get the whistle. Jordan backs up to midcourt. Neiman on him. They're going to run a 1-4. He's going to wheel and deal here against Neiman. Jordan, crossover dribble inside, double team, tough shot from 6, good.
Oh, that is impressive.
He just took over as Jordan Hayter, he's 6'3", has the height advantage, forced Neiman inside and took it to the hole. They're going to let him reach outside. Neiman loses it in the corner, gets it back again. Needs some help. Step through, tough shot, no good. Rebound followed, tipped out, far corner, chased down, Parker out of bounds, going to be Hidden Valley.
And Parker just cannot control it. Hustled out there to get his hand on it.
1:26 left to play. Alex working on the official down there. Probably not going to get any help. Godfrey.
The official finally does turn around and talk to him, though.
37-31. Godfrey on top. Stutter drive, left side, tipped away by Runkle. Stops his dribble, whistle foul on the hold.
And Runkle picks up his second personal foul. Not happy with that one at all.
Runkle beats his fists on the floor. The official stares him down.
And he says, hey, I'm mad at myself.
Yeah.
It's not the call.
And that's why the official didn't tee him. Runkle zigged when he should have zagged and got a pretty good handhold on Godfrey. 37-31, 1:10 left to play here in the third period. High post, right side, goes to Sager. Sager has it picked off by Oldenkamp. Outlet Guzman. Guzman going to push left side to Neiman. Neiman going to hang inside and shoot. No good. Rebound Parker on the offside. Powers it up. He's fouled. Finally got the whistle.
And that's the first time that Parker has actually taken a shot and got any kind of whistle to blow.
To the line will go Evan Parker to shoot 2 for the Cheesemakers. His last trip there, he pulled an oper. Didn't get either of them to fall.
Now, these are big free throws here. You got to stay. You're dead. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. You're within 6. This can cut it to 4.
Tillamook needs to hold or make a little run here at the end of the period. Free throw is good by Evan Parker.
Boy, if you could go into the fourth quarter down just 4, that would be huge.
Major accomplishment. Of course, they're a long ways from that. Tillamook gave up 4 points in the last 15 seconds of the first quarter. Second free throw, this one's not good. Rebound comes down to Schaefer. Outlet, run on the floor, right baseline, sideline to Jordan. Jordan back out on top to Godfrey. Godfrey, baseline pass inside. Setter step, back out, Godfrey, pump fake, he's going to drive. Spin, picked off by Neiman. Neiman having trouble getting a hold of the ball, finally comes up with it. Behind his back, no look pass, inside Parker, out of bounds. Going to be off Hidden Valley. Cheesemakers ball.
And Alex wanted him to go to Steven Guzman, who was spotted up for 3, went no look to Evan Parker, and it was just a bullet.
Oh, and that would have been a great play down the lane. As the official now talks to Parker, as belly bumping him is Crow. Parker gets the ball on the inbound. Step through to the hole, lays it up and in!
Oh, that's a great move. Evan Parker took it all the way from the wing to the hoop.
Offensive foul, Godfrey!
Oh, the fans are not going to like that behind us.
Oh, that was a fantastic defensive play by Zach Runkle, who beat Godfrey to the spot. Godfrey threw an elbow, and he's going to sit down with 4.
And Godfrey cannot believe it. That's 4 on Godfrey, and what a great flop by Zach Runkle.
37-34, Hidden Valley, 26 seconds left to play in the third.
Oh, down 3, 30 seconds. Let's see what Tillamook can do.
Runkle brings the ball down, right wing to Neiman. He's going to try to drive baseline. Cut off inside. Tough shot on the way. It's no good. Tipped out. Crow comes up with it. Fought for on the ground. Jump ball. Alternating possession's going to go to Hidden Valley.
You get a stop here. Still down just 3 with 11 seconds. You got the ball to start the fourth and a little bit of momentum with your head in your direction.
Hidden Valley with the ball and 11 seconds left. They're going to go 1-4, and they're going to run Jordan with the ball. He's going to take this last shot with 5 seconds left. He'll get a high screen. Throws it baseline, tipped away, picked up, no. Jumper on the way at the buzzard's no good, and that's the end of the third period of play. This game's not over. The Cheesemakers are on their feet. 37-34, Hidden Valley after 3. We'll be back in 1 minute. This one, because it has been a dandy. We knew you were going to see great athletes on the floor. The Tillamook Cheesemakers have really sucked it up here in the second half and battled back to within 3. They'll have the ball to start this final period as Sean Steele comes into the ball game. Foul trouble, a little issue. Sean has 3 in the game, but with 4, Godfrey, and 3 also Crow for Hidden Valley. Ryan Ryder will come back in. It's Ryder, Runkle, Steele, and Oldenkamp stays in the game instead of Parker. Round a high screen. Parker, no, Runkle, right wing to Neiman. Neiman with the ball, wastes his dribble, goes inside. Steele with a catch. He's going to call traveling.
Steele just couldn't quite get a handle on that. Turnover number 9 for the Cheesemakers. It's a good call.
Fans don't like that at all. The reason he was stumbling is he got pushed down, according to Tillamook fans.
Yeah.
37-34, Hidden Valley. Right wing, Dillon with the ball. The stomp starting on the far side for the Cheesemakers.
Hidden Valley just throws it out of bounds. 14th turnover.
Cheesemakers get it back on the turnover.
Who's leading it?
I can't really tell. Looks like Natalie Runkle down there leading the stomp. As the Cheesemaker fans cheer at the end of it. Neiman around the high screen, left side. Goes to Ryder, baseline jumper, 15, no good, offside rebound. Cheesemakers fight for it, can't come up with it. Carried the ball, hands off Godfrey on the break the other way. To the hole, lays it up and in. Tough break for the Cheesemakers. They had 2 guys on the offensive boards, had it. There was a carry that wasn't called, and it ends up 2 points going for Hidden Valley. Ryder with the ball. Pass inside to Neiman. Step back, 15-footer. Good.
Andrew Neiman with 12 points in the game. First of the fourth quarter.
Open at the other end. Down the floor. Check. Out of bounds off Hidden Valley.
What a break for the Cheesemakers. That one. Nick Hayter goes up for a shot, has it blocked, and it bounces off his knee out of bounds.
Tillamook gets it back, down by 3. 6:50 left to play in the game. Things getting a little bit tight here this morning in Corvallis. Left wing, Runkle. Runkle, looking cutter. He's going to drive. Steps, waits, has it tipped away. Bounce back. Traveling?
No.
How can that be traveling?
He had it tipped away, went to the ground, picked it up, and then started his dribble. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tillamook turns the ball over. There is no way that was traveling as the ball hacked out of his hands, picks it up, starts his dribble. Tillamook turns it over, 6:30 left to play in the game. 39-36, left side with the ball. They extend, run their motion offense. On top, it's Sager. Sager, left wing to Jordan. Back out on top to Godfrey. Godfrey with the ball, looking baseline, trying to go inside. Back door, the little shoulder in there. Godfrey gets it back. On top, tipped away, picked up by Neiman. It's one-on-one. Neiman down the lane, lays it up and in. It's a 1-point ball game.
Andrew Neiman with 14 in the game.
39-38. North Valley with the lead. They've led this entire game. With the ball, sideline right is Dillon. Step back on top, Schaefer. Schaefer waits to Godfrey on the left wing. Godfrey going to back it on out. You can get a video audio tape of this. Albright and Cattell, $12. It's worth your money, and it all goes to Tillamook basketball. With the ball on top, it's Nick. Nick going to back it on out. Cheesemakers have the emotion right now. Can they finish this great comeback? To Jordan. On top to Nick. Runkle on him. Nick, near side to Godfrey. Godfrey spins right, moves left. Lob pass inside to Nick. Double team, whistle, foul on a reach from behind. Going to be Runkle.
Runkle going to pick up his third personal foul.
5:13 left to play in the game. The sophomore has made a real impact in this game again.
Yes, he has.
Cheesemaker's going to run defensively here. We'll see when they inbound. They come near side. Dillon, steal on him. Dillon going to bounce out and hand to Godfrey, playing with 4 fouls. Godfrey is going to cross over, dribble, and back it on out. He'll wait and look. He goes to Jordan, clear out at the top of the key. Jordan has some gauze stuffed in his nose, apparently bloody nose earlier. That doesn't surprise me in this game. 4:50 left to play in the game. 39-38, Hidden Valley. Backdoor pass, they're just going to throw it away. Runkle's going to pick it up. Cheesemakers get the steal. They could take their first lead of the ball game this trip down the floor. Near side to Neiman. Andrew looking cutter. Nobody there. Hands to Ryder. Dishes baseline. Picked up. Oh, Runkle saves it. He'll shoot the 3. Good! Runkle out of the corner for 3. Cheesemakers lead by 2. 4:20 left in the game.
And every Cheesemaker fan on their feet right now.
Far side, Nick with the ball on top to Dillon. Hands to Godfrey. Godfrey, he'll drive inside. Cut off by Oldenkamp. Hands to Jordan. Jordan, step back, throws it up, doesn't get it to go. He's fouled.
Jordan got away with a big-time walk in there that time.
41-39, Cheesemakers. Tillamook on a 7-2 run here in the fourth quarter.
That's going to be 2 on Andrew Neiman. And it's going to send Jordan Hayter to the free throw line where he's perfect on the night. He's got 10 points in the game.
Cheesemakers by 2. Free throw on the way is good. Jordan Hayter hit the shot at the buzzer to tie it in their opening round game, send it into overtime, but then Wilsonville picked up the victory in OT.
Well, he does a great job, but they didn't run that 1-4, 1 high, 4 low.
Both free throws are good. We're tied at 41. With the ball, Runkle on the near side against Jordan. He's going to drive to the top of the key, whistle a foul and a reach on Jordan Hayter.
Going to be just Jordan's first personal foul.
That is the 5th team foul on Hidden Foul. And 5 against Tillamook as well.
And Oldenkamp comes out of the ball game here in the fourth quarter. He started the fourth quarter. He has given some great minutes, and that was a new look for the Cheesemakers with Steele and Oldenkamp in the game.
Standing ovation for Oldenkamp as he comes out of the ball game. Steele comes inbound to Guzman. Heavy pressure by Godfrey on him. Guzman going to go baseline, wrap around out on top to Runkle. Runkle inside, dishes right to Neiman. Neiman down the lane, inside to Steele. Steele, not going to get the call as it's batted out of bounds.
And look at Sean. He walks over to the official and says, you know what, you have got to make a call.
Oh, my goodness.
Sean Steele has yet to score in this ball game. That is just his second shot of the ball game.
Steele brings it in near side. They go back to Steele. Steele going to take the jump hook and lays it in. Sean Steele gives Tillamook the 43-41 lead. With the ball, Hidden Valley comes to the other end. Cheesemakers extend in the man-to-man defense. They stay even after a made basket. Cross-court, Crow almost loses it. Hands to Nick, down the lane, jumps over the top of Steele and in for 2.
It's an impressive move in the paint. 8 points for Nick.
On top, Runkle stutters down the drive lane, steps through, hands to Parker. He steps back to the hole. He missed it. Rebound tipped up. Crow comes down with it. Crow in backcourt. Hands off. Godfrey going to push the ball. Godfrey inside, moves to the corner on the right wing. We're tied at 43 apiece with 3 minutes remaining. We hoped this would be a good game. Tillamook battled back here in the second half, and Hidden Valley wants timeout. 2:54 left in the game, 43-all. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Oldenkamp comes in, puts a body on him. He's gone 0 for 4 here in the second half, and the Cheesemakers have not only caught back up, they've actually taken a lead.
43-all. Tie ball game with 2:54 left to play. And Hidden Valley will bring the ball in on the near side. Looks up, a long pass, it hits the rim, it comes off to Neiman. Cheesemakers with a steal on the turnover. Neiman, right wing to Runkle. He'll shoot the 3 again, and good! Off the glass! Big shot for 3!
Banks it. He's 2 for 2 outside the three-point line in the fourth quarter. He's got 11 in the game.
46-43, Cheesemakers. Baseline, Jordan going to drive all the way in, wrap around corner, Godfrey pump fake, jump run away from 15, left it short, got his own rebound, pass inside, tipped away, Crow out of bounds, Cheesemaker ball!
The ball is bouncing toward the Cheesemakers right now, 18 turnovers for Hidden Valley.
Now Hidden Valley going to extend full court pressure. Runkle brings sideline right, going to double team. To Neiman. Pump fake, he'll drive to the baseline. Wrap around inside. Parker comes up with it. Takes to the hole. Foul or
Stepped
travel?
on the end. Oh, he's closed his hand. That's going to be a foul on Cody Crow. That's going to be 4 on him.
Crow talking to the official. I didn't see it either. It's on the drive. That's the 6th foul. Tillamook can be shooting from here on out. Andrew Neiman calls out the play. They'll bring it in underneath their own basket. They lob it into the corner to Parker. Parker with the ball. Waits. He's going to drive. Kicks off to Neiman in the corner again. Wrap around on top to Runkle. Runkle gives a little hip and a body. Right side. Tipped it away. Oh, it should have been picked off by Nick. Out of bounds.
He was off to the races there. Nobody would have caught Nick from behind.
Cheesemakers end up getting the ball back on the break on the far side. 2:04 left to play in the game. 46-43. Cheesemakers by 3. With the ball on the right wing, Neiman around the high screen, down the lane, hangs from 6, good off the glass for 2.
Andrew Neiman 3 for 3 in the 4th quarter. He's got 16 in the game.
48-43. Cheesemakers a 5-point lead. 1:50 left to play in the game. With the ball, Godfrey on top, steps in, tipped away, loose, out of bounds, Cheesemaker ball!
Yet another turnover by Hidden Valley, and this is coming not by their choice. Huge pressure by the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
And the Cheesemakers ask for timeout. You can hear the Cheesemaker fans loving it in Corvallis. 48-43. We're going to keep this one here as a 30-second timeout. Tillamook will have the ball in a 5-point lead, as now you'll have to control the basketball, continue to be aggressive, and make your free throws.
As good as Hidden Valley looked in that first half, I did not think we had the horses to run with these guys. I was wrong. The Cheesemakers have played a near-perfect second half, and this 4th quarter is incredible. Andrew Neiman, 3 for 3 in the 4th quarter. He's got 6 in the quarter. Sean Steele, 1 of 2 in the quarter. And Zach Runkle, 2 out of the corner for 3. He's got 6 in the quarter.
48-43. Cheesemakers with a 5-point lead. They were down 37-34 at the end of the 3rd. They have outscored Hidden Valley 14-4 in this final period of play.
And if you remember, Hidden Valley only scored 9 in the 3rd.
Tillamook outscored Hidden Valley 14-9 in that 3rd. Tillamook will face full court pressure now. Sean Steele going to bring it in underneath the Hidden Valley basket.
Take care of the basketball.
Backcourt, it's going to be Runkle. Runkle come near side, gets pushed down the floor, right side. Parker, great catch, goes up strong. It's rejected out of bounds.
Oh, and Evan Parker just went up, did a nice job of letting everybody clear, but another wave of Hidden Valley comes in to knock that one away.
And there's a whole bunch of them that can come in and block shots. They are long and athletic.
And what's being talked about here?
Sean Steele on the inbounds gets positioned out to Guzman on the right wing. To Runkle on top. Near side, tipped up, thrown away, picked up. Jordan picked back. Oh, going to be a foul on the block on Runkle. That was stolen back by the Cheesemakers. Jordan goes over and says, hey, that's a tough break. That's a bad call.
Boy, you got that right.
Oh. 6-team foul, not a shooter yet.
And Tillamook, lucky that Sean Steele didn't pick up his 5th on that. I thought that's where the whistle came from.
So Runkle gets foul number 4, I believe. On top, Godfrey with the ball, 1:25 left to play in the game. Tillamook with a 5-point lead. Jordan with the ball on the right wing, goes to the baseline, throws it up, left it short, Steele down with the ball. Great defense there by Neiman.
Blocked by Neiman from behind.
Alex says slow down. Oh. Ball tipped away. Whistle. It's going to be on Runkle.
Yes, it is, and that's a good call by the official. That's going to be 5 on Runkle, and that comes after Alex Iwani says slow down, and just then Runkle put the move on to push.
And Tillamook turns the ball over, and Hidden Valley's going to shoot free throws. And Zach Runkle, I tell you what, that's a disappointing way to end the ball game, but the Cheesemakers.
And Alex has his glasses off. He is clearly not happy with that. He felt like Zach Runkle was pushed from behind, but it looked to me like as soon as Zach crossed the timeline, he put a push on, lost control of the basketball, and then dove in and picked up the foul.
48-45. Hidden Valley will go to the line. It's going to be Nick Hader, and Nick's been just about automatic from there this tournament.
2 for 2 from there so far. Jordan is 4 for 4. Either one of them you put there, they're great shooters.
48-43. Hidden Valley with 1:08 left to play in the game. Free throw on the way. 1-1 is good. Nick hits the front end of the 1-1.
9 points in the ball game.
Cheesemakers have done a good job on him here in the second half as well. Second free throw on the way is good. He gets them both, and Hidden Valley wants timeout. 1:08 left to play in the game. 48-45. Cheesemakers with a 3-point lead. And it's going to be a 30, so we're going to have to keep this one here as well. We'd hate to miss any of this with 1:08 left to play in the game. The Cheesemakers with a 3-point lead. Ryan Ryder comes in for Zach Runkle. Zach has not given in to pressure until that last trip down the floor. And now the Cheesemakers going to have to rely on Guzman, Ryder, and Neiman to get the ball down the floor. It's fitting. 3 seniors. This is their last game. They'd like to go out on a positive note with a 4th-place trophy. And if they win it, they'll have knocked off the #1 ranked team of the state and the best talented team we've seen all year long.
Absolutely, and I don't mind with a lead. I'd rather it would have been a 5-point lead, but Ryan Ryder into the ball game to control the basketball. He does not turn it over very often, and that's what you need right now, just take care of the basketball.
Hidden Valley was down by 3 late in the game, 16 seconds left against Wilsonville, and ended up tying the game going into overtime before they lost.
Oh, this is huge right now. Control the basketball, get it across half court, and then you're going to have to make a free throw coming down the stretch.
Sean Steele will bring the ball in.
Where the Cheesemakers so far have just been brutal from the line in this entire tournament. Again tonight, through 3 quarters, 4 of 8, 50%. That scares me a little.
Cheesemaker fans are clapping. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Must have been the radio timeout, and it was. Ball comes in to Ryder in backcourt. He's going to get triple teamed and held and fouled.
And reached around straight from behind, and Dylan wondered, how do I get that? But when you bear hug the guy,
you can't get both arms around a guy very easily.
And not touch him.
Is that team foul right? They only have 2 team fouls up there?
Tillamook, they have 2 team fouls.
No, they're moving to shoot. They had 5 earlier. I don't know what happened to the board. But,
well, Ryan Ryder, this is huge. I remember last year I make the comment, I'm not sure you want him at the free throw line. He stepped up and buried 2 in a row. We'll see if he can do it again.
1-1 to Ryan Ryder. He will shoot 1-1. Goes to the free throw line. Up by 3. It's no good. Ball tipped 3 times, comes down to Schaefer. It's a 3-point Tillamook lead. They're moving back on defense. Under a minute left to play in the game. To Dillon. Dillon on top. Jordan checked by Evan Parker. Cheesemakers down with the ball. Ryan Ryder across the timeline. Look, over and back. Cheesemakers turn it over.
Oh, that's a 13th turnover. And at that time, Ryan Ryder just tight-roped the line, and the ball came across and then bounced on the other side.
Alex saying he got pushed. That's what Ryan Ryder is saying as well. Cheesemakers got a big block out of Evan Parker. Now they move back to defense again. Nick on the near side to the baseline. On top, Godfrey steps in, kicks back for the tie. Good.
That's the first 3-pointer he's got to fall in tonight's ball game. He's 1 for 4 out there, but that was a huge one.
Ryan Ryder on the right side goes to Neiman with 20 seconds left. You want to take the final shot if you can. Off to Parker, kicking out to Steele. Steele on the right side, back to Parker. Might want to run the offense now. Parker, call timeout if you can, and they do. Timeout, 8.6 seconds left to play. We'll keep this one here again. Has tied at 48 all with 8 seconds remaining. Tillamook has the ball. They'll have it midcourt, far side. Tillamook turned the ball over 2 times and gave Hidden Valley opportunities, and finally Nick Hayter hit the 3-pointer. The coach's son, the senior, pulled through in the clutch there and tied this game at 48 apiece. Hidden Valley has scored 5 in a row. We'll see if the Cheesemakers can get the final bucket and pull out a win here in the 4th place game.
Nick Hayter, cool as a cucumber when he pulled the trigger on that one. The shot before, Tillamook's Evan Parker came up and just stuffed him from right around the free throw line.
Evan Parker flying out, got a piece of that. In fact, more than a piece. He got the whole ball on that. Ryder came down with the biggest part of this place, getting it in bounds. And I got to think you're looking at 2 things. Number 1, Andrew Neiman. Number 2, Steven Guzman.
And don't look for the call here. Get the ball in the basket.
Cheesemakers will stack on the far side and bring it in, but Hidden Valley's going to ask for timeout. And we'll keep this here again.
This is huge right now. This is the difference between 4th and 6th place.
You come down to the final 8 seconds. Tillamook has not been in overtime all year long.
And there's nobody sitting down in this place now. Everybody on their feet, even during the timeouts.
It's a little quiet right now because everybody's just catching their breath again.
The only person sitting down is Eddie Warner down there, and I think he'd be standing if he could, but he's sitting in a wheelchair nursing his worked-on knee.
Yep. Cheesemakers. We'll talk about it on the far side. They're going to stack up the inbound play. And I got to tell you, the inbound play worries me just a little bit here because Hidden Valley is so quick and can get the hand on the ball. Turnovers, 13 against Tillamook, 19 against Hidden Valley.
Hidden Valley just basically folded with 5 turnovers here in the 4th quarter. They only had 6 at halftime, so they've had 13 turnovers in this second half.
Tillamook now going to run a different inbound play as they set up a box. A lot of time that looks for an easy lay-in at the other end. No, they're going to look to let the Cheesemakers have the ball in. It goes, no, it's stolen. Inbound, stolen back by Neiman. Neiman calls timeout.
Oh, Neiman just reached up there and took it away.
Unbelievable as Nick Hayter stole the inbound pass, and then Neiman just walked down and stole it right back and called timeout.
Oh, my goodness.
There's 4.8 seconds remaining, and Tillamook will have the ball again a little bit further across midcourt from their own basket.
Well, so just a second ago we had 13 and 19 turnovers. Now we have 14 and 20.
And that is the final timeout for the Cheesemakers.
Well, it comes down to it right here. You'd like to have a little more time on the clock to get off a quality shot, but we'll see where the Cheesemakers go. Look for Stephen Guzman or Andrew Neiman.
4 seconds remaining. Sean Steele across midcourt to bring it in. They're going to let Ryder have the ball, but they're going to get it back to Neiman. Neiman on the right wing, crossover, top of the key, runner for 3 in the win. No good. We're going to overtime. 48 all. We'll be back in 1 minute. 6th place game at the state tournament. Sean Steele will move to midcourt and jump as the Cheesemakers maintain their starting lineup. Runkle has fouled out of the ball game already, the sophomore. Ball tipped, controlled, back to Guzman. Cheesemakers have it. With the ball to Ryder on top. Ryder going to look to run the offense with the left hand. Dribbles and reverses. Right wing to Neiman. Neiman going to try to get a high screen. Pass to Steele down the lane. Wrap around inside. Loose on the floor. And the Cheesemakers go to the floor and call timeout. And that's their only timeout of the extra period. 48 all. Cheesemakers and the Rangers will be back in 1 minute. Welcome back. Cheesemakers bring it in. Errant pass inside, tipped out, stolen by Hidden Valley. Double teamed inside. No way that ball was going to get there as Hidden Valley comes up with the ball in overtime. Right wing pass on top to Schaefer. They also have the possession arrow. Schaefer pass left side to Godfrey. Godfrey goes baseline inside to Nick. Turnaround jumper from 7. No good. Offside rebound. Nobody there but Hidden Valley. They back it out by the 3-point line to Godfrey down the lane. Step through. Traveled with the ball. No calls, but shot missed. Rebound comes out to Ryder. Ryder tipped out of bounds. Going to be Hidden Valley ball.
And Ryan Ryder not happy with Stephen Guzman right now. There's two Tillamook running too close to each other coming down the floor, and Tillamook turned it over.
I got to tell you, Godfrey just got by with a 5th foul push and didn't get the call. With the ball, Nick on the left wing. The senior going to step in, backs out to Godfrey by midcourt. Cheesemakers still in the man-to-man defense. Schaefer on the right wing against Steele. Pass inside to Nick. Checked in there by Evan Parker, and he steals it. He comes out sideline right. He's going to pull it up and set up the offense. Somebody go get the basketball. It's going to be Ryan Ryder. Tied at 48 to Neiman. Neiman working against Nick Hayter. Going to get a screen high. No, he's going to go low. Top shot off the glass. No good. Tipped up. Cheesemakers get it back. Banked it in by Andrew Neiman. He got the offensive rebound and then banked it off the board for 2.
Well, he had 6 in the 4th quarter. He's got 2 here in the overtime.
50-48 Cheesemakers. Godfrey goes baseline. Picked off again by Parker. His second steal in as many trips down the floor. Neiman moves to the top of the key with the ball. Andrew Neiman Steps back now, waits. Goes right wing to Guzman. Steven with the ball. Getting pushed out there by Jordan Hayter. Step through, wraparound, baseline. Neiman, 18, hits the side of the glass. No good. Rebound comes down to Godfrey. He loses it in backcourt, but gets it again to Schaefer. Outlet, now it's 2-on-1 break. Might want to foul here to the baseline. Inside, nice spin move by Jordan. Lays it up and in.
That's Jordan's first field goal of the fourth or overtime period.
Tied at 50. Right wing, Neiman with the ball. Right side, going to try to screen, picks up his dribble. Dishes baseline to Steele. He misses the lay-in. He got it in so close, first time he's been open, and the Cheesemakers don't get it to go. Oh, Sean's going to have...
It's the look you wanted, you just didn't get it to fall.
Sean's going to have bad dreams about that one. 1:25 left to play in the game, 50-50. Nick with the ball on top. Looking, comes out on top to Godfrey. Godfrey waits. They're holding the ball. Why isn't that counting? And down the lane goes Godfrey all the way to the hole. He missed it. Parker down with a rebound. 1:05 left to play. At some point, some trip, you're going to think we're going for one. Right wing, it's not yet. Ryder has it. Oh, he have an arm wrapped around him. Jump ball. North Valley comes down with it.
Tillamook turns it over for the 17th time in the ballgame. The third time of this overtime period. Turnovers are coming back to haunt you.
Alex says, get him off the arm, and that's what Brian Ryder said all night long. Godfrey should have had number 5 again. He's like a cat with 9 lives. And the official apparently loves him. 46 seconds left to play. Jordan Hayter with the ball out by midcourt, and he's counting. Doesn't get the 5-second count. Hands off to Nick. Looks like they're pulling for the final shot, unless they get an easy one. Nick going to back up with Guzman on him. Waits, goes off to Jordan. Jordan with the ball. Out on top. Offense. Blocking foul, Cheesemakers.
You gotta be kidding me. That is great defense by Andrew Neiman. I don't know how else you do that. That's perfect. And Jordan reaches out and pushes him down with the arm.
You guys ordered the video right now because you're going to want to see that, but you're going to be cussing at your TV when it's over.
You're going to have to watch the entire game to get to it, though.
Unbelievable. Right between his legs. Neiman had him centered up, got the shoulder, and picked up the blocking foul. And the best shooter on the team shoots 1-and-1, and he missed it. Rebound, Cheesemakers. They have the ball with 20 seconds remaining.
Talk about 9 lives. Let's see if the Cheesemakers can put the basketball in the hoop.
Alex calls the 1-4. Tillamook turns it over. Breakaway to the other end. Jordan Hayter, he's fouled.
Fouled from behind. And that was Steven Guzman getting back, I believe. It was. And Steven Guzman picks up the foul with 8 seconds to play. And that last trip down, the Tillamook Cheesemakers turned it over. Andrew Neiman just bounced it, and it took off right on him.
He hit the side of his foot with the ball, had the ball and 20 seconds left. Alex called 1-4, and so that was going to be 4 low, and Neiman was going to take it 1-on-1. And turned it over, led to the break. Guzman actually fortunate to get a piece of that because Tillamook had no timeouts remaining. Free throw is good.
Well, Tillamook has to decide here quickly what they're going to do on the other end. Are they going to go for the tie or the win?
And Alex has already called 1-4, and so they're going to try to get it to Neiman, and he'll bring it down the floor with 8 seconds left. There's enough time. Guzman, the other guy, I'd put clutch shooting him as well. The free throw is no good. Tillamook down by 2. They have the ball. They can win if they can score. Neiman, crossover, down the lane, scoop to the hoop. He scores! The game is over! The game is over! And Neiman revenges the turnover. He takes it coast to coast. And Andrew Neiman, in his final shot in high school basketball, scoop to the hoop, 4-2. Tillamook wins 52-51, and the fans are going crazy in Gill Coliseum.
What a great finish. Jordan Hayter goes to the free throw line and makes the first one, misses the second one. Huge rebound comes down to Evan Parker. Evan Parker goes clear to the ground, finds Andrew Neiman, who goes ocean to ocean, and a little stutter step, crossover, laid it up and in.
Laid it up and in at the buzzer, and everybody in the house says, holy smokes, that should have been the state championship game right there. Tillamook wins it 52-51 over the Hidden Valley Mustangs here in Corvallis.
What a finish.
The best ball game we've seen all year long.
Oh, by far, what a great finish to that ball game. And, you know, you got to look at Jordan Hayter at the other end. Perfect from the free throw line until the overtime where he goes 1 of 3.
Oh, the Cheesemakers are hugging each other on the floor as after 2 straight games, the Tillamook Cheesemakers in unbelievable style go ocean to ocean, coast to coast, and Andrew Neiman finishes it up. A fitting shot that he'll remember for a lifetime.
And so will we.
As he wins for the Cheesemakers the 4th place trophy. Andrew Neiman, they thought he was going to pull up at the 3-point line, but he took a hesitation, stepped through, scooped to the hoop for 2, and the Cheesemakers win it by 1, 52-50. We're not going to have a break here. We're going on the last second shot, and so they went from the best record ever at Hidden Valley, 23-1 on the season, down to the state tournament to where they are the best 6th place team you'll ever find in the state here at the 3A level.
What was the score after after 4?
It was 48 all after 4, and the Cheesemakers outscore Hidden Valley 4-3 in overtime and win it. And here's the 4th place trophy, Tillamook Cheesemakers. The seniors come out to accept the trophy, and there's a lot of seniors on this team that have won a lot of games over the course of their years, and they don't do it in quite as easy a fashion as the girls did today, but they certainly brought us to a huge amount of entertainment and great enjoyment as the Tillamook boys, I thought at many points in this game, were outmatched.
Absolutely.
And yet they kept battling. If you joined us late, well, we'll get to all that here on Sports Extra. We're going to take a 30-second break for the Les Schwab Tire Center. We'll be back after this. Cheesemakers win, and they're taking a team picture on the left side of your radio dial here at Gill Coliseum on the campus of Oregon State University. Tillamook Cheesemakers win on a last-second shot by Andrew Neiman. If you joined us late, the running score kind of looks like this, 13-9 at the end of the first period as Hidden Valley had the lead. They took a lead by 9, 26-17. They're up by 8 at halftime, 28-20. They led by 11, 31-20. At that point, the game changed. They only scored 17 points the rest of the way. The Cheesemakers scored 28. The Cheesemakers battled back to within 3 at the end of the 3rd period of play. And then in the 4th, they came all the way back, took a 5-point lead late in the game, but then could not hang on to the basketball. Turned it over 3 times late in the ball game, and then finally, a 3-point shot late in the game tied it up. Cheesemakers had a shot at the buzzer to win it in regulation. They didn't get it to go. They came back in overtime, actually had the ball with 20 seconds in overtime left, and a tie game after a missed free throw, and the Cheesemakers brought it down. Alex called 1-4, going to have Andrew Neiman make the move at the top of the key, and he just caught it off the side of his foot, turned it over, breakaway the other way. There was a foul, 1-and-1, no, a 2-shot free throw. The first one was good. The second one was missed. Tillamook had no timeouts remaining. They got the rebound by Evan Parker, who was laying on his back, wisely shoveled it off to Neiman. Neiman took it end to end. They brought out and jumped at him at the top of the key, thinking he was going to shoot the 3. He gave the little head fake, stepped through, drove inside, scooped to the hoop, and scored at the buzzer for the 52-51 victory in overtime of the 4th place finish. And we have with us here Tillamook head coach Alex Iwani. We said this would be a good game, had no idea it'd be that good.
No, this was probably the championship game. Both teams came out, gave it a great effort. Hidden Valley is a very good ball club. They're quick, they're aggressive. I give all the credit to them and pushing us, and we were just able to counter their measures and come out on top.
You know, as I looked at the first half, I really thought Tillamook was outmatched here. I thought Hidden Valley was quicker, a little longer, and they crashed the boards, hurt you on the offensive boards a few times. Yet in the second half, that game changed. You every bit played as well, if not better, than Hidden Valley in that second half.
Yeah, I think our kids came out with the determination they needed and that we didn't have in the Sutherland game. We were up in that Sutherland game, and we talked about what happened to us there, and I think we turned the tables on Hidden Valley a little bit. We started getting our momentum, got going, they got tighter. Unfortunate we couldn't finish it off in overtime or in regulation, but the kids held it together and did a great job defensively in the overtime, and did a good job when we wanted to get the ball inside.
You know, you had opportunities to win this ball game, and you also had opportunities to lose it. A lot of times when you have a chance to win and you turn it over, like Andrew did in overtime, that's hard to come back from. Yet he's the one that ultimately wanted the ball in the end to make up for that, and he was going to live or die in his hands. Yeah, I mean, both of them, both situations we had called 1-4. And we decided to go right back to it. He got a little out of control, got the ball ahead of him the first time, and turned it over. This time he had got it back in the backcourt and wasn't on a full sprint this time, and we had plenty of time to get down court and establish that. Everyone got to their spots, and it was this one-on-one out there, and he did what he did best, and that's go to the basket. You know, you've gotten good minutes all year long from a variety of players, but no better minutes than you got tonight off the bench from Caleb Oldenkamp. I can't tell you how valuable Caleb came out in this game. He did a great job, and that took a lot of determination on his part, because his minutes towards the end of the season were very limited. But he never gave up. He knew he's still part of the team. He got in a little bit against North. He did a good job against North Valley. He did a great job here coming up with some key rebounds for us. I don't know if we could have won it without Caleb stepping in for Sean a couple of times there when he picked up some fouls. You know, you had a great group of seniors and a big group of seniors this year. Disappointed after that first day, but it was a matter of heart in the last 2 days, and probably nothing more apparent than the heart at the end of the game here and in the second half with a win. That's got to make you proud as a coach. Oh, yeah. These kids have been great for 3 years. They've gotten better and better. And they were, after the first game, they were bound and determined that they were going to come away with the highest trophy they could, and they did that. So I couldn't be prouder of them. You know, there's going to be a lot of could-haves, should-haves, and would-haves. You played some good teams this year. Central and Wilsonville both beat you. Wilsonville in overtime over Hidden Valley earlier in the year. If you had teams to play, who do you think the best team in the tournament was this year? I think Hidden Valley was. I do, too. I really think Hidden Valley was the team that was playing well. They came in here, and I thought, I was really surprised that they had lost to Wilsonville, because I thought they outplayed them in that first game and just didn't get a breaker here. So I thought Hidden Valley by far was the best team in the tournament. Well, Alex, years from now, they'll look back. It'll just say fourth place, just. It's another great trophy for the Cheesemakers to bring home. But it's got to make you proud again to have such a good group of kids that have been so successful, and it's a testament to the job that you've done with it. And we want to congratulate you not only on a great win here today, but a great season and a great run here in the last few years. And Tillamook won't be out of it again next year. No, I think we'll be right there again. It might be a little bit tougher to get through the Coapa League, but I think we'll be in the top three. We might have to take a longer route to get to the tournament, but our tradition usually carries us, and the younger kids know that, and so they usually step up. Alex, congratulations. Great tournament and a great win. Thank you, Randy. Tillamook wins 52-51 in overtime. We'll be back with the stats after this word from Extra, brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. The gym is emptying, the Coliseum here at Gill Coliseum on the campus of Oregon State University. This OSAA US Bank 3A State High School Basketball Championship action as the Tillamook boys battled on this one, and they battled start to finish. They come back in overtime and win 52-51 in a classic ball game here from Gill Coliseum. The Cheesemaker stats, what do we have?
There are so many stats, and where do you start? Hidden Valley, a great ball club and a great game tonight. They turned the ball over 21 times, though, in this ball game tonight, including one in the overtime. The Tillamook Cheesemakers get this, turned it over 4 times in the overtime, and they still come up with a victory. Hidden Valley in that overtime, though, set their best free throw shooter, best shooter on their club, Jordan Hayter, to the free throw line 3 times where he made just one of them, and that's what gave the Tillamook Cheesemakers their opportunities. 19 of 51 shooting for the Hidden Valleys for the ball game, 37%. They were 11 of 14 from the free throw line, 78%. That is some great, great shooting. They were 10 of 11 through 4 quarters, so you didn't expect them to get into overtime and start missing free throws, but that's exactly what happened. Scoring for Hidden Valley, Jimmy Sager, 8 points in the ball game. He was 4 for 4 in the first half. Tillamook flat shut him down the second half. He went 0 for 5 in that second half, and that's a lot to do with Caleb Oldenkamp and the kind of game he had. Cody Crow with 3 points. He went 1 for 8. Again, that's a post play down inside. The Tillamook Cheesemakers just shut him down. Jordan Hayter had 15 in the ball game. He was 5 of 10 from the field. And then Nick Hayter, he was had 13 points in the ball game. He was perfect from the free throw line for Hidden Valley. The Tillamook Cheesemakers, on the other hand, shot 22 of 54, 40% from the field. They were 4 of 8, though, from the free throw line. I thought that was going to come back and haunt us. It turned out not to be. 50% from the free throw line. Tillamook got 4 points in that overtime victory, and all 4 points come from Andrew Neiman, where he was 2 of 4. He was the only one other than Sean Steele that took a shot in the overtime. Andrew Neiman, a perfect 3 for 3 in the fourth quarter, 2 out of 4 in that overtime victory, and I tell you what, it was huge, Andrew, coming down the stretch, and the rebound that Evan Parker got after the missed free throw was every bit as big because they needed that one to go on.
Evan Parker also had 2 steals in overtime to help that out, and also a huge block at the end of regulation. So Evan Parker, a huge factor in this game.
Stepped up so big, and you know, you forget so quickly. There's so many big parts of this game. Zach Runkle, before he fouled out, and if you just heard Michael O'Brien walk by, he said, you know, I'm his daddy, and if you play golf, you know that I must have won. Zach Runkle, 2 of 2 outside the three-point line in that fourth quarter to bring Tillamook all the way back. And actually, he hit the last one to take the lead. Zach Runkle had 11 points in the ball game, and again, 6 of those coming in the fourth quarter. Caleb Oldenkamp only had 2 points in this game, but he didn't need to score. He needed to play defense, and that's what he did. He came in and he played some great defense and some great minutes. He had more minutes tonight than in any other game in the entire season, and they started coming in the second quarter when Sean Steele got in foul trouble.
17 minutes played tonight by Caleb. That's over half the ball game, and really stepped it up. And it's been a frustrating year for him most of the way, but the patience paid off, at least for the Cheesemakers, as he stepped up and filled in minutes for Sean Steele, who got in foul trouble.
Yeah, Sean Steele ends up with just 3 personal fouls. He had just 2 points in tonight's ballgame. He spent a lot of time sitting on the bench, but he had 2 points in that fourth quarter comeback as well. Ryan Ryder hit his first 2 shots of the game. He ended up with 4 points, and another great defensive night for Ryan Ryder. Evan Parker, 2 of 8 from the field. He had 5 points in the game. Stephen Guzman, 2 out of 3 outside the three-point line, 1 for 3 inside, 3 for 6 from the field. He had 8 points in the game. And then Andrew Neiman had 6 points in the fourth quarter, 4 points in the overtime victory, 20 points in the ball game, 10 out of 20 from the field. He had 20 points in the ball game, and a huge night for Cheesemaker basketball.
Tillamook gets out rebounded 38-28 and still survives to win the ball game. That doesn't happen very often either. Tillamook Cheesemakers win 52-51 in overtime. The Tillamook girls had won 60-36 in the first game between these two teams, and Cheesemakers bring home 2 third-place trophies last year, 2 fourth-place trophies this year. Best basketball finish in the state at the 3A level 2 years in a row.
How fun is that? You know, we're a little depressed that we didn't play a doubleheader at night on Saturday, but this game showed right here how fun a fourth-place victory can be.
Remember, you can pick up a video audio tape of this game. I'm going to do that. Lois, make sure you order me one on this one, okay? Because that one's going to be worth seeing again. And you can call Albright and Cattell, and $12 for the video with our audio, as all the proceeds go to Tillamook High School basketball programs as the Cheesemakers win again tonight. Total points 52 tonight, and that finishes up our total. 1,656 points scored by the Tillamook boys this year.
That's more than you got paid.
That's $1,656 earned by The Tillamook Cheesemakers from KTIL KMBD, $1 per point donated all year long. And the Cheesemakers played the maximum games they could again, finishing on Saturday with a trophy at the state tournament. It's been a fun year. We've appreciated you joining us for the ride. It's been probably much more enjoyable for us than it could ever be for anybody out there. Another great day. Tillamook wins 52-51 in overtime, following a 60-36 rout by the Tillamook girls over Cascade. Fourth place for both of them. This has been Sports Extra, brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. This has been Randy Shield along with Dave Shermondi saying good day and good sports. This has been a KTIL Sports presentation.